All right, I'm here with Bill O'Reilly. You can always find his wisdom and insights at BillO'Reilly.com, by the way. But we get to enjoy and share his insights right here on my show on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I really do appreciate that. It's great having a man on like Bill O'Reilly. 16 years in a row, #1 at cable news, and our favorite guest, Bill O'Reilly. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Wayne.
So, you and I are targets of the mainstream left media. They're always trying to embarrass guys like us and Hannity and Rush Limbaugh and whatever. It's rare that a member of the left-wing media ever gets embarrassed the way that Chris Cuomo was embarrassed a couple days ago. This whole Fredo thing is one of the most gigantic embarrassments I've ever seen for a left-wing host. And I think CNN's got real problems. I think Chris Cuomo looks foolish, and I'm just wondering what you think.
I think it's a multifaceted story. I don't think CNN has any problems with Chris Cuomo. Nobody watches that network anyway, and I don't say that with any malice. That's a factual statement. Nobody watches it. They don't have one program with more than 1 million viewers on average watching. Chris Cuomo himself, he's part of that crew in prime time where not really a lot of people paying attention. That's first. Second, he's out with his family. Somebody comes up, giving him a hard time, being a wise guy. I've been through it. As you said, you've been through it. Not a good thing. He overreacts. Cuomo does. He's got to be known. He's getting taped. Any famous person is getting taped no matter what they do. All right? So you have no privacy in this country anymore. He did overreact. New York Post is going crazy with it here. I know talk radio, and everybody's laughing about it. Okay. But I think there's a bigger danger, Wayne. I think that somebody's going to get hurt if this kind of confrontation in public continues. And I want to warn everybody that this is not a good thing.
All right, agreed on that. That's for sure. To me, it looked like roid rage. I mean, I got to tell you, the most ridiculous overreaction. Nobody threatened his life. No one was throwing him down a set of stairs. If someone says something you don't like, you don't react like that. There's something wrong with him that he reacted like that. And I don't want to speculate what it is. Something's wrong. It's just not a normal reaction. Let's talk about the economy, because Trump has created this great economy for 2.5 years, and the rest of the world is basically in recession. So I give Trump high marks. But suddenly now it looks like we're falling into recession. I've seen those signs for 6 months already. Now it's become a big news story, and the market's down today, and CNBC's announcing it. Everybody else is getting it. It probably had to happen. Now Trump's going to get all the blame. Problem for 2020?
Huge. I did this on BillO'Reilly.com on the No Spin News, and I hope everybody checks that out tonight. Huge problem. If the economy goes into recession, Donald Trump's going to have a hard time being reelected. There are two things in play. China, and, the Chinese are playing games. They don't want to make a fair deal. Everybody knows they're crooked, but it's hurting the U.S. economy. Not dramatically now, but economists think down the road. Same thing of the mortgages, that more and more people are being delinquent on their payments, mortgage payments, because they buy bigger houses they can afford. Now, mortgage rates are low and terms are good to buy property, but you got to have the income to pay your bills. And we're at 2008 levels now. Danger sign, huge danger sign. So I know the media will spin it negative because they want a recession. The hate Trump people want a recession. And they'll say there's a recession even if there isn't one. Yeah, that school of thought. And an NBC correspondent actually said that on Maher's show, that he wants a recession too. It shows you what credibility NBC has. Not a commentator,
right?
A reporter. So I think that people, Trump supporters, got to pay attention to this. President, I know, is all over it. So, it's I don't want the country to go into recession because I don't want folks to get hurt. There's no political reason for it.
You know what's amazing is for 8 years, I'm a businessman. I'm a journalist second. I'm a businessman number one. And my businesses died for 8 years under Obama while the media lied, and claimed we were in a recovery. And even then they had admitted it was the worst recovery in 70 years. The worst recovery in 70 years is a recession. and they wouldn't say that word for 8 years under Obama. And so I just think it's terrible. I mean, I agree with you 100%. It's going to be tough if the economy isn't good for Donald Trump. That's the one thing he could point to as his big success. If it's not there, problem. Just so unfair that they lied for 8 years of a miserable Obama economy.
I agree. I agree, but you're never going to get the truth from the national media in the United States of America. Never. That's over.
I'm with you. All right. On this show, on your interviews with me, you've said many times you are really confident that Biden will be the eventual Democratic nominee. And he's been up by 20 points in every poll, so you look beautiful. Suddenly, out of the blue, national polls are showing he's tied or even being surpassed, I've seen one poll, by Elizabeth Warren. Is this big trouble for Biden? Is he the new Jeb Bush? You know, that was the big leader in the beginning, but way too early and never held on and never had a chance after early success. What say you?
The YouGov Economist poll that shows Biden up by 1 point over Elizabeth Warren is a total ruse. If you look about how the poll is conducted, it's an online survey. It's not a scientific poll where random Americans were called. It's, hey, what are you doing? Can you call me up and we'll discuss this? So it's totally bogus. If you're following that poll means nothing. Biden is ahead. Now, his strength isn't strong. It's not like Trump's early lead. That was strong. Biden not. Biden is like the lesser of the evils. So if he continues to kind of meander around like he is, doesn't perform well in September's debate, I could see it. But right now, I'm still pretty confident that Biden is in front.
You know, I describe it, I think Biden's support is a mile wide and an inch deep. Nobody likes him. No one's firmly behind him. Nobody's passionate about him. Nobody loves him and would live and die for him like they did for Trump. But they all know there's no other alternative. But if you give them any alternative at all, I think they'll run like rats deserting a sinking ship.
But there's no alternative unless you want to go into the radical precincts. All right. I don't know who's going to show up, Wayne. You know. Go ahead.
Well, certainly not de Blasio. That's the last question of the day. Why is this guy in the race when in polls he has 0? Why is he in the race?
Because everybody hates him in New York and he doesn't want to come here. So he stays out in Iowa and other places. That's why. Anyway, you know, he figures if he can get his name out, he can make some money. Even though he's a communist, he wants money, just like all the communists do. But essentially, de Blasio has nothing to do. His tenure in New York City has failed. They kill him here. So he's out there, and, you know, he'll be out soon. Hickenlooper, I think, will drop out. He'll be the next one that drops out. De Blasio won't be far behind.
That's one of the funniest answers ever when you think about it, right? I mean, you're hated in your own town, so you run away. How do you hide? You hide in plain sight, ready for president, right?
Yeah. Nobody likes de Blasio. You go to Penn Station, you go to Yankee Stadium, you go, anybody here like de Blasio? No. Nobody.
All right. Bill O'Reilly, great wisdom as always, and more detailed stuff at BillO'Reilly.com. Thanks, Bill. Great to have you on.
Okay, Wayne. Thank you.